prep. I can't get this shit right. I don't know if that yeah. I was so lit. Oh my god. Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your girl Bree, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Bree, where I talk about self-development, business, life, and all the other things. If you are new here, hey, hello, welcome. And if you don't know me, get to know me. My name is Brianna, but my friends call me Bree, and we're besties, so hey. And if you're returning, welcome. Hey, hello, how are you? We're on a first name basis, so you can call me Bree. So today's video is gonna be a little bit deep, right? So we are gonna talk about failure and what that looks like and how to deal with failure. I think at this point I'm like an expert when it comes to it. If you're like a type A person like I am, you set these really high expectations for yourself about what your life is gonna look like. It's just not what life looked like and didn't end up that way for me. So yeah, let's talk about it. So when it comes to overcoming failure, sometimes we put these unrealistic goals and unrealistic expectations on ourselves that are crazy. I'll tell you two quotes. One was from my dad. I was in college and I was really stressed out, and I was just like, I gotta make sure you and mama are okay, and I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and I gotta be successful, blah, blah, blah. And my dad said, baby, whoa, 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 what are you doing? I said, what? He said, I have a question. Who told you to do that? And I was just like, nobody. He said, exactly. No one told you to do that. You're doing a good job. And this is when I was probably like 23, 24. And I'll fast forward now. You don't know, I'm a bartender. I told him, I was just like, what would you tell your 29-year-old self today? Because the life I pictured for myself, it's not working out the way I thought it would. And I'm just feeling really down about it. And he said, well, one, the expectations you set for yourself, they're so high, you'll never be satisfied. And that was really good. We set these expectations for ourselves. And of course, like, we want to be great. We want to be amazing. We want to be the best out there. Especially in this day and age, social media, people are always posting up on, they're traveling this place, they're going here, they just had a baby, they just got married, they just got engaged, they're in a new relationship, they got this new career, they went to this medical school, grad school, they have their doctorates, they have a brand new business, and all these wonderful, amazing things. Let me not say that, all these great things, right? Keep in mind that no one is posting about their failures. No one is going to show you the hard work and dedication it took to get there. Yeah, they might look like they're a happy couple online, but really he or she is cheating on the other person every chance they get. Or, yeah, congratulations, girl, you're pregnant, but maybe the dad's not involved in the baby's life, or maybe the family didn't approve of this one, so now they're shunned out of the family. Yeah, this person got married, but maybe it wasn't the marriage that they wanted. Maybe it was the marriage that their family wanted. There's so many factors that we don't take into consideration because we're just looking at it and facing it face value. I didn't graduate. Well, I graduated college. I graduated college, but I didn't graduate with a biology degree. That was my first failure as an adult. I was so hell-bent on being a doctor. I wanted to be an OBGYN so bad. I shadowed doctors. I watched births happened. I was so fascinated with the female anatomy, and birthing babies was just so beautiful to me, and I wanted to help women. And of course, like in the medical field, there's not a lot of Black women doctors that can understand our struggle when it comes to childbirth and feminine care within the Black community. So I wanted to be that girl, and it just didn't work out for me. I had an advisor asked me why I was even in college. Little did she know I was working full-time and going to school full-time, and I was paying my way through school. So some of the classes, if it was a little too rough for me, or if I wasn't able to attend the classes, I would drop them. So it took me a little bit longer to graduate college than I wanted it to. I graduated, I got my degree, but you know, that was one. Another one is something that I'm kind of experiencing now, and like it's like all my failures are, and I don't even want to call them failure. I don't like that word. It's so negative. The things that happen in your life, one, they're not failures. You're not a failure. You're not a mistake. You're doing the best that you can with the resources that you have. And you know yourself better than anybody else. So I don't want to call them failures, right? I don't even want to call them setbacks. I'm going to call them life experiences, because at the end of the tunnel of whatever that thing happened, it taught you something, and you learned how to react differently, how to maneuver differently. You are able to say to yourself, okay, I've been here before. I went through this and I made that mistake last time, but I can do something different now. And that's why I just want to we're going to call it a life experience. Within that life experience, I had an advisor ask me why I was even in college, right? And it wasn't a mistake. It was just, that's just what it was. Another life experience that I went through, within 2 years, I lost my job. I lost 2 different jobs within 2 years, and I had never lost a job before. The first time I lost my job, it was because of the pandemic. Everybody was losing their job. It is what it is. The second time, it was my fault. I wasn't performing the way I needed to. I had got into a car accident, and they literally, and I had never been fired, right? But they pulled me to the side and they said, Brianna, I just don't think that you're happy here. And I looked at them and I said, yeah, you're right. I'm not happy here. I got a lot of things going on. At the time, I had only been in Atlanta for 9 months. I had got into my car accident. I was trying to figure out life on my own for the first time, but life on my own in a brand new city by myself, and a new career, and paying bills for the first time, and dealing with the things with my accident. And my head was everywhere else but this job, and I hated it. And on top of that, like in the back of my mind, I knew this isn't what I wanted to do. So like, why am I here? But I knew why I was there. I was there to pay bills, but like that wasn't fulfilling to me. So I could have done better. And and it sucked, because at the time that they had that conversation with me, I was trying to do better, but it was just a little too late. And that was just a life experience that I went through. Even now with my business, I'm going through life experiences. I'm learning that, it's not just about posting up products on your website or social media. Like, there's so many other things that you have to do to get the ball rolling. And one thing that I've caught myself doing is I'm able to self-reflect on how I react when things get hard. And for me, I retreat, or things don't go my way. I kind of just, I shelter myself, and it's like a protective thing. And I don't know why it's like that, but it is. But I'm here to tell you that if you feel like you are failing in life, I am here to be your best friend and to tell you that you're not, that you are doing an amazing job with the resources that you have. and you're doing the best that you can. And I'm proud of you. I don't know if you've heard that today, but I'm proud of you. You wake up every day and you start your day over. You start a new day. And you still hold on to hope and hold on to that dream that you have. Some things that help me when I'm dealing with like that failure, things that I've learned to do was meditate. Meditation is so beautiful. It's your time in a busy world when we're just on go, 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 go. It's that time for you to just sit down with nothing but silence and just be. You let all those thoughts run through your head and you can say, okay, I acknowledge that, thank you. I acknowledge that, all right, thank you. And you just think, or you like try and calm down, you breathe. Because I mean, when was the last time that we literally took a deep breath? Like just breathe in and 1, 2, 3, breathe back out. And that deep breath is just so calming to just be able to be like, okay, I didn't realize my shoulders were up this high. All right, let me relax my shoulders. Holy crap, that feels so much better. Something else that helped me was journaling. I journal to get the things out. I'm an overthinker. I have anxiety, so my mind is constantly going. So something that really helps me to just get it out is just a journal, just to write it all out. And I write it like it's a letter to myself, and I just write it all out and I say, love, Bree, and I always put a heart. It is so corny, but that's what I do, and it feels so good to get it out. Because like, let's say you don't have that support system, or you don't have, you know, that person that you can talk to and confide in, like that can be your thing. Like that journal is your person. Future you or past you is that person, right, that you can talk to. I like to read. I'll spend some time to myself. I also listen to like meditating music or like positive affirmation type music. There are all kinds of ways that help with dealing with that and dealing with that inner saboteur. But just know you're not a failure, right? I was listening to a podcast, and the podcast I was listening to was Cultivating Her Space. If you haven't listened to it, listen. It's absolutely amazing. It was talking about like overthinking and how to overcome that. I can't remember the episode. I think it was like 2 weeks or so ago. But she said, you know what? When I start overthinking, I just think about, you know, I just say to myself, you know what, girl, whatever you're thinking about, 1, has not even happened, and 2, like, okay, we can think about the when, what, or what, why, where, how, but we need to start thinking about the how. How are we gonna overcome this, right? Like, okay, so you thought about that stuff, how are we gonna overcome this and overcome this thought? So that's my question to you. You know, how are we gonna overcome? How are we gonna be better? Don't be so hard on yourself and give yourself grace. This life is crazy and you're doing the best that you can, especially now. Our parents taught us, you go to school, you get good grades, you go to college, you do good, you get a job, and you're fine. But that does not resonate with us anymore. And I think a lot of people are going through that thought process that we're not our parents. We're not in the same generation our parents are in. This is what we are. This is where we are. This is how life is for us today. Also, this economy is crazy. Bills are through the roof. Groceries is through the roof. Gas is crazy. Like, and wages aren't increasing, right? Like, there's so many things. And I just want to let you know that if you just got up this morning, right? You got up and you continued your day. You know, maybe you got bill collectors calling you. Maybe, you know, your parents are calling you and asking you when you're gonna go back to school. Maybe you have your kids and they're crying, they're screaming at you because they're hungry and you don't even have the energy to cook, right? It could be anything. Your boss is calling you. Why are you 5 minutes late, but you're stuck in traffic? It can be anything. I want to let you know that I am so proud of you and I'm here for you. I don't know if that was a good conversation. I feel like I was all over the place. I feel like it was a really long video, but yeah, you're not a failure. You're just going through life. It happens. Things happen. You are human. Could you imagine how boring it would be to go through this life as a robot and like everything happened perfectly? You're not failing. You're learning. And they're life experiences and you have to go through them. It sucks, but just know that it's gonna make you a stronger, better, resilient, patient, kind, or tougher individual. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, comment down below on something that changed your life that you didn't think was for the good, but it actually turned out for the best and you're happy it happened. For me, I'm happy I lost my job. If I didn't, then I would have never got the courage to talk to you all, and I would have never got the courage to start my business or move to Atlanta. I did all that after 2020. So I want to hear your stories. So tell me about them. And until next time, I'm Bree, and I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.